Hello, fellow Fumblers, and welcome to another episode of the Film Fumbler Show, podcast where a few friends fumble through your favorite films. Today, we are reviewing Shrek, a movie released in 2001 and directed by Andrew Adamson and Vicky Jensen. So without further ado, my name is Adrian.
What's up? It's James. Just us two today.
Yeah, dual casting. I think this might be the first time I've ever done just a dual cast.
Yeah, I did one
Because
with
you
Taryn.
did one with Taryn, I think, right?
Yeah. And they seem to come out pretty well, but the thing that's different is that the scores are like pretty rigid. There's no there's no saving anything. If somebody feels some way about it,
conversely, I mean, like, because I'm just gonna go 10.5 on this one.
Yeah.
Right?
You
can't drag this one down.
Yeah.
But no, it's weird because it's like this feels like the way podcasts are supposed to happen with just two people.
Yeah.
And we've always done it with fucking like five, we started with four, and then sometimes we'd have 5, 6 fucking people on.
Yeah.
And it was like, whew.
I know. It's a lot to chew off, but
yeah. But yeah, I don't have a shot, but I'm drinking some
I will cheers
whiskey
with
highball.
You. Cheers
to that.
Cheers.
So Shrek.
Boy,
2001.
This movie is 21 years old.
21 years old.
Next week?
Can legally have settle it over a pint.
Yeah.
The movie kind of itself. But so I feel like on this very podcast, I've always said movies in the aughts were garbage, all of them. There's like no good movies in the aughts is what I feel like I just always believed. And then I like look at this and I'm just like, dude, this is 2001. This is like right fucking there. And this one's
when was it in development? So it's
in the mid to late 90s, right? So 5, 7, I think, somewhere around there. Like,
oh wow, it developed that long. That's
so interestingly, let's jump right into like the kind of the fact of the show for me. Chris Farley was originally going to voice Shrek.
Right, I read that.
That's so crazy to me. I feel like I just heard about that like a couple of months ago, actually.
Yeah.
I saw somebody, I think they even made like a TikTok or something, and it was like, yeah, Chris Farley, he had like all of like over 90% of the lines read and done. Like, and he died suddenly. And
they couldn't figure it out with the 90%.
I don't know. And then
they couldn't
maybe
like cut and paste, like make it.
You would think,
That's
would think,
crazy.
I heard it was like next to done. And he passed away, and it was like, I don't know, it was one of those things. And so they asked Mike Myers, and he was like, I don't know, like Chris Farley was just such a good friend of mine, you know, like, and it's like he didn't want to like disrespect Chris Farley, and so he had them like rewrite a lot of the script and like kind of change a lot of it and really, you know, molded it into kind of what it is today, or what it became in 2001. And so even like Mike Myers originally read the scripts in his regular voice, like in his regular accent, similar to Eddie Murphy, you know, it just reading the script. But he like went through it again, and he was just like, let me try like a Canadian accent, let me try the Scottish accent, and like they eventually were just like, you know what, like Scottish is the fucking way to go. Like it just works. And it's not much unlike Fat Bastard from Austin Powers.
Oh, I didn't even put that.
It's kind of weird.
Blowing my mind. Yeah,
but
dude, I mean, it's the Farley edit. Like,
so they have. Actually,
oh, they have.
Well, not a whole. I think it was like leaked, quote unquote. Was like there was this clip. It was a few minutes long. I'd listened to it earlier, and it's I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say because like Shrek is Mike Myers in a Scottish accent. Like that's just who Shrek is. You know, we've grown literally our whole lives knowing that. So like to hear Chris Farley read the lines
in his own voice, right?
Just as Chris Farley. It wasn't really animated. Like it was just Chris Farley's voice. And like, you know, you were like picturing it. They had like a couple of like sketched out images that they were kind of going over for this scene. It was the scene where Donkey and Shrek are like talking by the fire when Fiona's asleep in the cave, and like they're talking about the layers and all of that. And so they had that scene with Donkey and Chris Farley as Shrek, and it was kind of weird, but like it kind of worked too, because you know who Chris Farley is, and like Shrek is this, you know, big ogre guy who's friendly, but you know, so I don't know, it still worked. Like I think, you know, it still would have been great, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. And so he died when? He died.
Farley died in 97. I believe it was 97.
Okay, yeah, 97.
Yeah, 97. Yeah. Almost 98 in December. Wow. 97. So yeah, I mean, they had been working on it since I think 95, I want to say. Because that's when because it's based on a book.
Right. Loosely based, right?
I don't know if it's super loosely based or if it's, I mean, I don't think it's word for word, but
yeah.
When did they start production? I want to say it was,
because wasn't this like, this whole thing was like it was kind of like a commentary on like all the Pixar stuff, right?
Yeah, and Disney World or like, Disney,
well,
and
Disney in like general, and that stuff wasn't like in the book, was it? Like, were they?
I don't know. Yeah, probably not, right?
Yeah,
like
maybe, I don't know.
I would assume no, but I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
So when did the book come out?
1990. Just
okay,
titled,
so that's not
Shrek! Exclamation mark by
cartoonist
William Steig.
Steig,
yeah.
Yeah, and then so Andrew Adamson and Vicky Jensen, directorial debuts, man. Imagine your first try.
Yeah, and
making a banger.
But then like also aniMAYtion. Did they have any like history in the animation world, or
those the directors? I don't know actually.
Fun fact, the word Shrek is a romanticization of the Yiddish word, apparently Shrek, which comes from the German word Schreck, meaning fear or fright.
Oh.
You know.
The more you know, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if they were like big in the animation world. I don't really know. I'm sure if I looked them up, they've probably made other stuff that I would recognize. But the
Batman Forever and Batman and Robin as visual effects supervisor.
Oh, okay.
For Andrew Adamson, Vicky Jensen. Just nothing really before that. I mean, okay, Chicken Run, Road to El Dorado. Those are some bangers.
Oh yeah, Chicken Run's that's a big one.
But not
I love
big directorial stuff.
Yeah. So I do know that the animation studio that they originally they were gonna do like live action / CG animation hybrid, and like they started it and it was just like horrible. Apparently, they're like, this is not funny at all. So they went with the studio Pacific Data Images, and I read that it was like pretty much the entire team from Ants from that movie, and that was what 99, I believe. So, but that okay, so that's the thing is like we just rewatched it
before this.
Yeah, 99, I want to say.
Okay, that's why Ants looks fucking weird as fuck.
It does.
I saw it in a restaurant like a few weeks ago, and I was like, "Wow, this is crazy! Like, this is weird as fuck." And then I saw Shrek like during the pandemic, and I was like, "Wow, this is ugly as fuck too." But seeing it yesterday,
you just rewatched it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, seeing it yesterday in 4K. Yeah, it's all ogre now.
How does like? I'm so stupid. I feel like I should know. Like, how does it? Does really just increasing the like resolution and the like putting into 4K and everything like? like it feels like the animation would still be like
the same
from 2001. You know what I mean? Like they don't.
And I don't know
remake
if it
the whole
is.
thing.
I don't know if it is because of the 4K. But yesterday
works.
I was looking at it and I was like,
It
this
looked
isn't
good.
bad.
It looked
I
great.
was like,
I
there's
thought.
some funny parts
Yeah.
that are like kind of obviously old, but
Right. Yeah.
it wasn't like offending bad. It wasn't.
Right.
But it is 21 years old, so
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, not not too terrible. The I think the thing that's the weirdest is all the humans look like. They look so weird. They're
All
like Skyrim characters. Or not
all
Skyrim,
of them, I feel
Oblivion.
like, except for Fiona. Fiona looked really good. Like
Yeah.
they put a lot of work into her. Like I heard that they hired like makeup artists to like to talk to like go over like how do you like put makeup on A-list celebrities and like to kind of help with their animation style on it and stuff.
Yeah.
So Fiona did look really good, I think.
Yeah. The main
For a
characters.
human, you
I
know.
think I'm talking like just
The
like
audience, the
the
crowd.
random like NPCs that were just
Mm-hmm.
in the city, which was just all empty.
That's
Oh,
so
dude,
weird.
it's so weird.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's what's
very
like
weird.
weird about this movie is that it's like it kind of makes fun of how a lot of Disney movies are generally. It's like, well,
Mm-hmm.
how did we get here? What is even like what is the point of this? It's like how like they didn't really go too far into Fiona's backstory. She was just
Right,
randomly
she's just
cursed.
there.
Like she's just there, randomly cursed. Like she's the only person there. Like somehow she's survived all these years.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
just randomly, and then like this this short king. I know this movie, it offends me because it's like all these short
Short
jokes.
king.
But hey, man, we're short. It's short king spring, so I gotta be out
Short king
here
spring. You know
and
what,
represent.
James? Farquaad
Uh,
was I don't know. I think I saw that he was like loosely based on a Disney executive, and like they were like kind of throwing some shots at
really?
at Disney. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't remember what the guy's name was. Let me see if I
Because
think I
like
have
his
it
whole
up.
backstory is like what? No backstory, really. It's just like he's just
Yeah.
there and he's just evil. And his name is the play on words fuckwad.
Oh, dude, that's right. Didn't
Yeah.
I feel like Jay said that the other day, where he was just like, just rewatch Shrek. Like, there's so much innuendo in there that's really weird. He's like
Yeah.
Farquaad is fuckwad. I was like, what the? I didn't even really put that together. Yeah.
Oh, Alan Rickman was originally offered the role, but turned it down to play Severus Snape in the Harry Potter
Wow.
film saga. Why wouldn't you just do it? It's voice acting, isn't like couldn't just
Yeah.
do it in a week and then be Snape?
Yeah. It feels like it wouldn't take that long, because
I don't
that's
know.
another thing is like I read. Oh, real quick, it was okay. So here it is. Rumors abound that Lord Farquaad was based on former Disney CEO Michael Eisner. If the rumor is true, it could be a deliberate attack by his former partner, Jeffrey Katzenberg, who worked on
Who
this film.
produced the film?
Yeah, yeah. So that is like, I don't
Ah,
know, but um, oh yeah, but no, you wouldn't think that it would take that long. Like, so John Lithgow, big shout out by the way, voices Farquaad, and he kind of said that like they didn't really meet each other like when they were reading their lines. Like they kind of
yeah,
recorded all of them separately, and he
yeah,
said it was disappointing because he's like, "What? I don't get to work with fucking Mike Myers." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. That's
which yeah,
funny because I was just watching a thing. Jackie Chan and what's his name? School of Rock. Jesus Christ, what's his
Jack
name?
Black.
Jack Black. You know, they're
Oh
both
yeah.
in Kung Fu Panda,
Oh yeah.
and they've done like 3 movies together, and they barely met each other for the first time, like just last
Really?
year. Yeah. And so they
Whoa, that's
hung out
insane.
because they record all their lines by
Separately,
themselves,
yeah.
which is weird because like wouldn't you want to get that dynamic like
Yeah, you would
that back
think.
and forth, like how do you
Yeah.
react, like that's
So I
so
saw that
weird.
Mike Myers was like across the table from his wife when he was recording some of the like really emotional intimate scenes with like you
Oh,
know. And I'm just like,
okay.
okay, I could see,
Yeah.
like that would
Yeah.
make sense. But yeah, it feels like just being in a room with a microphone, like well, I guess that's what we're doing right now, but we're not playing characters,
But like
like
I see your face, I see
yeah,
you
right, yeah,
smiling, like I'm
yeah,
able to, you
yeah,
know. I don't know. Yeah. That's interesting, but I guess if you're a professional, you can act no matter
right,
what. Like
yeah,
you could just do it. Yeah.
yeah. That is interesting.
And fucking Eddie Murphy, dude. He
He absolutely murders this role. Like
he kills
he's
it too good.
so funny, man. Like it's it's just so masterful. Like
Yeah,
the timing and the delivery that he has is just perfect.
it
Like
is.
they couldn't
It's
have that's one role that it was just like, yeah, you couldn't have really had anyone but Eddie Murphy
yeah,
to play Donkey.
yeah.
Um
And I was like, for some reason, I was waiting for like Puss in Boots,
Me
but
too.
that's the
Yes,
second one
that's the second
apparently. And
one.
I'm like,
They
wow, I guess I don't
so
remember this movie as well as I
They
thought I
started
did.
production for Shrek 2, like, I think immediately after release of Shrek 1. They were just like I mean, the
It's on
box office was
fire.
what, like 650 or it was like 4
487.
yeah, 487 off of a 60 million budget. I mean, it was like a massive success.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're like, "Yep, Shrek 2 and Shrek 3, motherfuckers." And
Holy shit! The
Shrek
second
2
one,
was
900 and
Shrek 2 is great. Like, that's the thing
yeah,
is, like, Shrek 2 is really, really good as well. I haven't seen it in a long time, and I'm like you, I was waiting for Puss in Boots, and then
yeah,
at towards the end, I was like, "He's not coming." Like, that's Shrek
yeah,
2.
yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
And
Um,
the runtime, 90 minutes. Like it's short. It doesn't
it's
like
so
overstay its
watchable.
welcome. Like it just
Yeah.
it's good.
It's like an ice cream cone on a hot summer day. You're just like, "Yeah, man, let's fucking do it," you know?
Yeah, man.
But yeah, no, I mean, Shrek 2 is great as well. I don't remember 3 as much. I'm trying to because Shrek 2 is with Fiona's parents, is that right? Where there's, like
I guess,
I think
yeah.
it's because the other thing I was waiting for is, the pretty boy knight. Remember the blonde, like
Yeah.
that didn't happen in this one either, and I was like, "Fuck," I was waiting for
Mhm.
that, but I guess that has to be Shrek 2. I'm trying to think what Shrek 3 was, I don't really know. But I have to
Don't they
rewatch Shrek
have
3 again.
kids or something?
Yeah, that they do, and then Donkey and Dragon have kids in the second one, don't they, or is that the third?
Yeah.
Who
And I
knows?
was waiting
That's another
for that to happen too. Like I was like, where is this gonna go down?
God, that is whew.
But I don't know how they do it, but they're doing it.
They make it happen
Yeah.
several times. Yeah, okay, so Shrek is it's so interesting how much of a meme it is. Like,
Yeah.
where it's one of those things where, like, it's memed so hard, but in, like, the most loving way, I think, where it's like especially, like, Zoomers, I feel like. So, like, I work with a few Zoomers who are, like, kind of obsessed with Shrek. Like,
Yeah.
straight up, like, they have we in our office, we have a fucking stuffed animal of Shrek, like, just
Yeah.
there, and, like, it's just weird, like, they always put pictures of him up on the, like, meme pictures of him, like and it's, like it's
Yeah.
hilarious, and
Yeah.
it's, like, in an endearing way. It's
It
not,
is.
deprecating of Shrek, but it's, like, it's crazy. I mean, this movie came out before they were born, like, some of them,
Oh shit. Holy fuck, we're
which is
old.
kinda
Jesus
crazy.
Christ. Don't
Yeah.
say that. Don't ever say that again. No. Came out before they were born.
Well, so okay,
They
so
just turned 21,
they're
right?
21, so then it came out when they were uh, in diapers. I mean, 1 years old maybe, like yeah,
Yeah.
which is insane, and they love it,
Oh,
like, they
yeah.
but I mean, granted, we love things that came out before we were born, but it's like
Yeah.
just some random animated movie about an ogre in a
about
swamp.
an ogre, yeah. And that's what's different about this movie. So like this movie and all the prequel memes for Star Wars, like those movies are like obviously, well, okay, they have a soft spot in my heart, but they're pretty bad. They're pretty bad. I know. I'm a Star Wars nerd, but like, okay, they haven't aged well. The acting's a little rough, but like the prequel memes, like breathes a little bit of new life into them, and like and that's what because there was that one point where when Shrek did that like long face, long face,
I thought that was edited.
I thought that was edited. He makes that face, and I was just like,
that's so funny that you mentioned that because they always post that fucking picture of him on the wall,
that like long face, and I was
God,
yeah. So there was like that, but like that's like I don't want to say that Shrek is better than the prequel Star Wars. I don't want to say that, but
wow,
the movie is good on its own without the memes. Is what I want to say.
Okay.
And Star Wars. Okay, maybe I'm just digging my hole. I'm just gonna stop talking about Star Wars.
No, speak your truth, James.
Yeah. I don't know. It's. I think rewatching the Star Wars with like the prequel memes in your mind makes it more enjoyable.
I see what you're saying.
Whereas Shrek doesn't need that for because it to be like really good.
It's kind of like with Star Wars, like you're kind of laughing at it a little bit, but like you're just like, but you know, they're doing their best, like, kind of thing, you know, like
I guess.
And like with Shrek, it's just like no, like this is something that I feel like pop culture like collectively just appreciates and loves, and they're laughing with it, you know. Yeah, man. I was actually surprised how well this aged. I hadn't seen this movie in I'm trying to think of the last time I saw it. Like I was probably a kid. I don't really rewatch, you know, kids movies unless I have like my niece or something over. But
yeah, me and Jacqueline randomly threw it on during the pandemic when we were quarantining. I just
depressed
threw it on
and
it was like, well, Shrek is love, Shrek is life. Yeah, and like you have like all the copy pasta of Shrek is love.
Right, yeah. It's and like so much. I mean, Shrek is modded into horror video games. Like there's like Resident Evil mods where it's just like Shrek fucking T-pose chasing you through a house and shit.
Yeah.
It's so
Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead 2. He comes and he
he's he's like
he's the tank. He's the tank. He's not he's the tank, not the He comes and he messes you up. I don't know.
That's hilarious.
The memes are too much. The memes are too much.
Yeah. And like, okay, we haven't gotten too far into like the story of Shrek. I mean, everyone knows, you know, the story of Shrek, but it's so simple, but like just so I don't know. It's just such a good story. Like it's not overly complicated, you know? It's just like, okay, there's an ogre who lives in a swamp. All of these fairy tale things get pushed into his swamp, and he just wants his swamp back because he wants to be alone, because he's really sad, because he doesn't think anyone can love him.
Yeah.
He goes on a quest to rescue a princess to give her back to the king. You know, like to give her back to the king so he can just get his swamp back and be alone. And along the way, he finds that he can be loved. He is worthy of love, and that it's Fiona who's gonna. And it's just like it's so wholesome, and with Donkey as the sidekick, like what more do you want, man? It's just a simple story of like just loving yourself for who you are, you know?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. I agree. It's it has just like a good moral to the story, I guess. Just kind of you know, not he learns to not judge himself, but not to judge others either, because that's what it was. Kind of, he was judging people before he knew their intentions, which is
I mean, there's that scene where he's eavesdropping on Donkey and Fiona talking, and she's like ogres and princesses don't go together, like you know, they're so blah blah blah, and like that was, you know, I'm watching this how old are we? 8 years old, you know, like, and you're just like, wow, this is like how communication can be misunderstood, you know, like this is like how people don't understand each other. You're there at 8 years old, like, oh my god, she didn't mean about you. No, Shrek. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
and
it's
that's
like,
like such a good setup. Like when
yeah,
he
exactly.
reacts right away, it doesn't linger too long. Like
Right.
they're not like awkwardly mad at each other for too long. Because even he was just like, oh, he was like, that makes sense. Like, and
Yeah,
it just like
yeah.
kind of the pacing is like
Just
so
resolves.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's so perfect.
Yeah.
Like they don't like I said, this movie just doesn't overstay its welcome. You know, it just
Right.
everything flows into the next scene like perfectly.
Yeah, it does. And then also it's like it's just so much fun. Like the quests that they go on, like the first really fun scene is probably the wrestling match in the kingdom
Oh
in
yeah,
Dulac. That
yeah,
shit is a blast to
yeah.
watch. Like just to watch Shrek do all, and then especially, you know, we were talking about this the other day when we were out at having dinner with everyone before we went to the movies about watching wrestling as a kid.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
like, and like all of the fucking famous wrestling moves that you know, like
yeah.
were just being done by Shrek, and you're just like, oh my god, it's the backbreaker, the DDT, like
Get
it
him with the
just,
chair. Yeah,
yeah,
get him with the
the chair,
chair.
yeah, and it's just like that, so much fun. And then there's, you know, they go on the walk to the castle. The castle is like just so epic and just so ominous, and like the dragon, and like at first you're terrified of the dragon, and then
The bridge scene is like
yeah, like
iconic. Everything's like so memorable in this
right.
movie.
There's not like a dull scene really, because every next scene that comes up, you're like, this is what happens, and then I remember this and this, you know, and it's like it just, I don't know, it doesn't like there's no scene in there that's just filler, you know. It's
Yeah, yeah.
all of it's just so important and so fun.
And then like even like the parody scenes like are so iconic. Like both of them, I guess, both of them I'm thinking of as Fiona singing when the bird
Dude,
explodes.
that was so dark.
Yeah,
Holy
the
shit. They're
birds
just making the
exploding,
eggs.
and then oh yeah, making the egg. Yeah, that was
Yeah. Oh, the
kind of fun.
Robin Hood guy.
Yeah, yeah, it's basically like a Matrix parody,
Right, yeah. Where
which
she,
was yeah, kind
yeah.
of cool.
Which is insane because they were making the Matrix was 99. Like they were making this movie and they were just like, "Oh shit, Matrix just came out. Like let's toss that in." You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they
I
just
guess
threw that
it.
in like
Yeah,
mid-production. It wasn't like they had thought of it. They were calling back from like 5 years earlier a movie came out. That
yeah.
just came out and they were like, "Let's toss it in." How sick is
Damn.
that? It's so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Which was cool.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. But
Yeah.
like, I wonder if like that's lost on some people who don't really know what the Matrix is. I mean, I
I'm
feel like
sure it
that. I
is.
feel like that's
Yeah.
still like, well, the new Matrix just came out or last year, so it's
Yeah.
still in the forefront of pop culture, I guess.
I don't know. Is the new Matrix like grabbing like a new audience though, or is it just like the people who want to rewatch
I
because
don't
they've
know.
seen, you know, the first?
I don't know. Have you seen the new
I
Matrix?
haven't. I
It's
haven't.
fucking weird and it's fucking meta.
Is it? I mean, it feels like it. Yeah.
It's very. I don't know. I didn't even watch it all. I was
Holy
just like,
shit!
yeah.
Did you were you in theaters or were you just at
No, I
home?
wasn't. I was yeah, I was at Jacqueline's brother's house and he was just like, "What the fuck's happening?" And I was like, "I don't know." And
I
so we
don't know.
just
Turn
turned
the
it
game
off.
back on.
Yeah, kind of what happened. We were just like, "Okay."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But
But yeah.
Shrek 5
Shrek.
supposedly still in development. I don't know if I've ever seen the third.
I
There's a
feel
fourth
like I
one? I
had
don't
to have
fucking
seen
know.
the third. Did they skip four? I feel like I've never heard of four.
It
I
says
know I've heard a
Shrek
lot about.
Forever.
I've heard a lot about.
Forever After. Shrek Forever After.
They have what's it called? Like a play, like a live action play on Shrek, which is like
Ah.
why? And then they
could be interesting.
he does a callback in, oh, what is it called? I feel like I was just
They have
looking
the
at
Puss
like,
in Boots movies as well, and I think the new Puss in Boots is coming out soon, isn't it?
oh, is it? Did that get its own thing?
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
yeah.
What is this show called? It's like a new show by Mike Myers, I believe. Let's see. Um,
For
Pentaverate? I don't know if that's how you say it. The Pentaverate? Or the Penta... Maybe I'm putting too much mustard on that. It might be like
yeah,
Pentaverate,
yeah.
Pentaverate. I don't know. Whatever that... But yeah, no, it's a live action, and I guess it's just like a Mike Myers universe thing. And like the
Based on
fucking...
conspiracy theories mentioned in Myers' 1993 film "So I Married an Axe Murderer."
Yeah, Shrek makes an appearance, and Mike Myers doesn't as a live action like thing. Like he's in the show and he scares off the Bigfoot or something. That like
What?
and like yeah, Mike Myers and Shrek have like a interaction, like an exchange with each other. It's very strange.
Yo, this came out literally last week.
Yeah, May. Whoa, this tweet, yeah, from May 7th,
Yeah.
yesterday, is of Mike Myers in the show. Wow.
Huh.
I kind of want to watch it. Just, I mean, I
Okay.
love Mike Myers so much. Like he's fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It might be a little disappointing. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, but all right. You got anything else about Shrek?
I
Any
I don't
big
know.
things?
I'm trying to think of any dying. So we've agreed that most of it has aged well. Anything that's like just unforgivable, like just needs to be thrown away into the fires and never brought back up.
Um. Well, the consent scene with Donkey and Dragon, dude. This is getting a little rapey. A
No,
little rapey.
but
She's
they,
way bigger than him. He was not into it,
they
man.
were even playing on that too. They were like, "You don't have
It's
my
weird.
consent." Like they were like
Yeah, he
saying
said
that.
it like a bunch of
Yeah,
times. He's
yeah.
like on
Oh
my tail, you go rip it off.
yeah,
Oh, but no, I don't
uh,
know. I mean, I think that it aged like just the movie in general aged like kind of better than I was expecting it to. Where it was
yeah,
like I I feel like as I was watching it, I started to like remember all of the quotes. I'd seen
yeah,
the movie so many times as a kid. Like just I didn't even realize, but now that I rewatched it, I was like, I must have watched the fuck out of this movie. I know
yeah,
every single scene, every line, and watching it as an adult, like, and the thing about it is like, okay, let me get on a soapbox a little bit. Like, we talked about Space Jam, right? And like Space Jam 1 and how I don't remember exactly what I said in the Space Jam 1 review, but like I enjoy Space Jam 1. You know, it's pretty good, it's pretty funny,
yeah,
and like I feel like for Space Jam though, it's mostly nostalgia. Like the reason I like it is mostly nostalgia. With Shrek, like I didn't like it because of nostalgia. I just liked it because it's good, you know?
yeah,
And it
yeah,
was just a good movie and it didn't really need for me to be like, "Oh, I remember this as a kid." Like it was like, "No, this is
yeah,
actually I'm enjoying it in a different way now as an adult." You
yeah.
know, like to be able to understand some of the nuances of like, you know, attacking Disney a little bit with
Rape or jokes about rape.
yeah,
You
and
get
you know,
that.
like the what else? Like, oh, like when the magic mirror, how he's just like, how she does live with 7 men, but she's not easy, and it's like, whoa, like you
Yeah,
know, just like little
that's
lines
good.
like that. You're like,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's so
but no, I mean,
clever, so clever.
it's I enjoyed it in a different light, and like I don't know, it was beautiful.
Okay, something's coming back to me. Um, Universal Studios Hollywood uh, we went to the Shrek 4D. It was like
Oh,
one of those rides, one of those where you sit and you watch the thing
yeah.
and you can like smell bananas and
You're
like
like, are you moving or a little bit?
yeah,
Your
yeah, and
chairs?
like
Yeah,
feel fire and shit like that.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
Apparently
Was
it
it?
closed down in 2017, but yeah, I remember it being pretty
Damn,
cool.
that's rough.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. I feel like I pretty much kind of got into my review already.
go ahead. You give me a number. Give me something.
I'm trying to think, man. I mean, this movie, like, I feel like it kind of took risks by like going into all of the, like let's like bring all of these fairy tales that everybody knows. Like you have, the big bad wolf, the three little pigs. You have like the bear. What are the bears called? The Goldilocks bears.
Yeah, yeah,
Like just so much is like kind of thrown in there, and like there's really interesting, cool callbacks to things that you've heard of for forever. And like that was like, I don't know if it's a risk, but it's something that I had never seen before done on TV, like in that way for sure.
like calling back to like all those old like
And
classic
just like just
fairy tales.
having them in there, like
Yeah,
having them,
I think like
be the
it's
focal
kind
point.
of yeah, I think it's kind of like well, we're gonna put our newish thing, Shrek himself,
Hmm.
in this, but like it's like what Disney had been doing for years, where they never really made anything original. They would just steal like
Oh right, yeah,
old fairy tales and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
fables and stuff like that, and then just animate them. So it's like because all that stuff's
yeah.
kind of like public domain shit,
And
right?
it's
If
and
you
in
think
this
about
one, it's
it.
just like let's just actually use the original ones and not make something that's based off of the original.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's just like, hey, here's very blatantly the three blind mice.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
um and yeah, I mean, the shots that they take at, potentially like Disney execs and
yeah.
stuff is pretty
It's
great.
crazy. It's crazy to go for like a big, I mean, a
The,
giant,
the
you know?
CEO at the time of Disney, I don't know. I mean, it was a rumor. Maybe people like after it came out, they're like, oh, that's probably the Disney CEO. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think just from what I said before, the fact that this movie, I enjoyed it so fucking much as a kid, and watching it as an adult, I enjoyed it in like a different way, but like not because it was just nostalgic. And like I think that's what I want to emphasize, is that like I
Yeah.
didn't like this movie because I knew I liked it as a
It's
kid.
not the nostalgic glasses. Like
Right.
like I gave Space Jam like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
crazy score. That's probably not
Yeah.
really.
I
And
mean,
that's what I'm trying that's what I'm the wheels are spinning in my head
on
trying to
this one,
come up with
yeah.
what am I going to say? I don't know.
So yeah, I mean, you've got to shout out Eddie Murphy, Mike Myers, like the way that they worked together, the comedic duo, the timing, like the way it's just funny. Like it's just funny. It just works.
Yeah.
It's such a good duo. It was written so well. I don't know, man. And it stood up to the test of time. It's in pop culture like crazy. Like everyone knows who fucking Shrek is. And like as they should, because it's I don't know if I'll call it a masterpiece, but it's up there, It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. I don't know
It's
anyone who
good.
hates Shrek.
Yeah, and
Um,
it's good
so
parody.
yeah,
Cuz
for that reason, I mean, it can't be under a 9. It's got to be a 9. Like it's got to just be. I'm just gonna say a 9.
you're just
I
going to
can't
say
go,
straight up
like
9.
9.7 or anything. Like
Yeah.
it's just got to be a straight up 9.
Good, good. Okay, so you hyped me up. You hyped me up during this whole thing, I think. Like
Good. I'm glad. I'm
I
glad.
mean, I was yeah, I was borderline. I mean, I feel like this is Hall of Fame worthy. I'm going to go right there with you
Oh,
with a 9. Let's just get that out of the
nice,
way right away.
nice, awesome.
But like just man, this movie's so quotable, and then and like
Yeah.
what makes it even more quotable is that it like they're doing like nursery rhymes, like the whole Muffin Man. Do you know
I
the Muffin Man
completely
thing is
forgot
like
about that scene. Like to talk about that scene.
yeah
so fucking funny, dude. So mad.
Yeah.
Yes, I know the mething man. The one who lives on Drury Lane.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And that, like, it's funny how they're able to like make fun of like how stupid nursery
Right.
rhymes are, and like
Right.
they make it actually funny. Yo,
Yeah.
Carlos, what's up? Not my gumdrop buttons. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's just classic shit. It's just classic stuff. I mean, I want to watch the second one because I've heard that
Oh
the
yeah.
second one is like one of those rare occasions where sometimes the second movie kind of surpasses the first in ways.
I don't know if it'll surpass. I hope
Yeah.
I don't know if I hope it does. I don't
I
know.
I don't know. Well, I just remember like I was like anticipating Puss in Boots in this one, so
Yeah.
something in the back of my mind has me thinking that Puss in Boots is the guy, and like I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
see
yeah.
more of him, so
He's
maybe not.
hilarious.
And the budget was doubled for the second one, so
And the box office doubled as well, right?
tripled. $928 million.
Jesus.
So, yeah. I'm not
That's
gonna
insane.
deny this of being Hall of Famer. I know
Awesome.
Taryn was a little sad that he wasn't able to talk about
Oh
this
yeah.
one this week, but we got a bunch of bangers for aniMAYtion
Yeah.
lined up.
Yeah.
Stuff
Tell
that I
him
haven't
about.
seen. Yeah, so we got a whole bunch of animated movies. I don't know, we're sluts for animated shit. I don't know why we just
Yeah.
we always like give animated shit high scores. Like it's just like our thing. I don't know.
It is better, man, I guess. I
It's
guess
just
we've just discovered
better.
animated movies are better.
Yeah, and I don't know. We just respect the craftsmanship that goes into putting together an animated film. But so we're doing aniMAYtion today with Shrek. Obviously, next week is Perfect Blue, Satoshi Cohen film. I believe Black Swan is loosely based on it. I think the guy who made Black Swan bought the rights to the film, so that way he couldn't get fucking sued.
That's good. Yeah.
That's a nice way to do it. So yeah, Perfect Blue next week. The week after, Loving Vincent, which is like the hand
That looks
painted.
really cool. I'm excited
Yeah,
for that one.
I haven't seen it, so I'm excited. I
Yeah.
haven't seen Perfect Blue and I haven't seen that one. And then we're
Nice.
finishing May off with the Spider-Verse, which is that's a
Instant
heavy
Hall of
one.
Famer as
I
well, I
think
think.
I
I
know.
think we can all
I know.
agree.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but
Yeah.
we all love that movie a
Yeah.
lot. But yeah, Shrek 9, easy 9.
9 out of 10. Film Fumbler Hall of Fame. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, guys. Let us know what you think about Shrek. Hit us up on all of our socials. Find all of those at filmfumblers.com or just search Film Fumblers on any social platform. We'll be there. But yeah, until next time, we will see you guys on next Sunday. Take it easy.
Sunday.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.